Good morning, everyone, and happy Thursday. All right, so let's go ahead and get started by logging on to starfall.com. And then once you're on there, go ahead and make your way to our calendar. And once you see that big play button appear, go ahead and press play.
Yippee! It's May 2020. Let's make a calendar.
Okay, and then once that green sparkly arrow appears in the bottom right corner, go ahead and press that. And now we'll do the days of the week.
Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday. What day of the week is it today?
Okay, so what day of the week is it today? And it is highlighted in gold for you. It is Thursday.
Great job! Today is
Thursday, May 14th, 2020. Okay, let's go ahead and press that green arrow in the bottom right corner. And now we can
fill in the missing day and date.
fill in the missing day and date. So we just talked about how it's Thursday. So we can drag Thursday over up top to that empty blue rectangle.
Thursday.
And yesterday was the 13th, which means today is the 14th. So we can go ahead and drag 14 over to that empty blue square.
14th. Great job.
And once you get those filled in, go ahead and press that arrow in the bottom right corner. Now we can
mark any special days this month.
Mark any special days this month. Okay, so we started out with two holidays that first week of May. So Tuesday, May 5th was Cinco de Mayo, which means the 5th of May in Spanish. And that's the day where we remember the Battle of Puebla. And that's when the French army tried to invade Mexican land. And even though the Mexican army was outnumbered, they won the battle and were able to defend their land and prevent the French from taking over their land or their territory. And then also on that day, since it's the first full week of May, remember how we talked about that first week is Teacher Appreciation Week, and then the Tuesday of Teacher Appreciation Week every year is Teacher Appreciation Day or Teacher's Day. So we can go ahead and put a smiley face on Tuesday, May 5th, 2020 for Cinco de Mayo. But we can also add some stars because it was Teacher's Day or Teacher Appreciation Day. And then since we're on that week, we can go ahead and mark Teacher Appreciation Week. So Teacher Appreciation Week started Monday, May 4th. And we already have stars on Tuesday, May 5th. So let's add stars on Wednesday, May 6th. Thursday, May 7th. And the last day of Teacher Appreciation Week was Friday, May 8th. Okay, and then last weekend, so last Sunday, May 10th, 2020, we all celebrated Mother's Day. And this is the day where we're supposed to appreciate our mother-like figures in our lives every day, but Mother's Day is the day where they should feel extra appreciated. So hopefully you got to do something nice for those mother-like figures in your lives. So let's go ahead and put a smiley face on Sunday, May 10th, 2020, because that was Mother's Day. And then on Monday, so this coming Monday, May 18th, that will be a holiday in Canada. And Canada, remember, is that country that borders the northern part of our country. So the borders the northern part of the United States. And on the 18th, that is Victoria Day. And that's when Canadian people remember Queen Victoria from way back when she was queen for about 63 years. So let's go ahead and put a smiley face on Monday, May 18th, 2020, because that will be Victoria Day in Canada. Okay, and then we can jump forward another week, and that last week of May, May 25th, 2020, will be Memorial Day. And I don't know if I said this, but Memorial Day kind of jumps around sometimes. Sometimes it's that like the week that it's in right now, but sometimes it's also the following week. So sometimes it can fall on toward the end of the month, like the 28th, 29th, 30th region. But this year it is on Monday, May 25th. So let's go ahead and put a smiley face. And Memorial Day is when we in the United States remember and are thankful for all those people who died fighting in our armed forces military. And then people also take the time to thank current people serving within our armed forces right now too. So, and then we can also add some stars on Memorial Day. So Monday, May 25th can have a smiley and some stars because it will also be a no school day. Okay, so now I want to recognize the 2 birthdays that we have this month. So let's grab our birthday calendar from the room. Okay, so January, February, March, April. Now we're in May. And a week from today, so look at this, 5/21. So that's next Thursday. So next Thursday on May 21st, Adam, our friend Adam, will have his 13th birthday. So that will be really exciting. I know that I'm probably going to get a cupcake from the store or something and a little candle and do something nice for Adam during our Zoom chat next Thursday. So let's go ahead and put a slice of birthday cake on Thursday, May 21st, 2020, because that will be Adam's 13th birthday. And then on the 29th, that will be my birthday. So we can go ahead and add a slice of birthday cake on Friday, May 29th, 2020, because that will be my 26th birthday. Okay. So these are all the days that I'm going to mark right now, but you can continue to mark whatever special days you would like. But I'm going to go ahead and move on by clicking that green arrow in the bottom right corner. And now I can
choose a picture for your calendar.
Choose a picture for my calendar. Okay, so I think I will pick the boy who looks like he's daydreaming about playing baseball while he's at school. So right here, see, he's at his desk and he's like daydreaming about being on the baseball field. Okay, and then once you get your picture chosen, go ahead and press that green arrow one more time in the bottom right corner. And hooray! So we finished calendar. So let's go ahead now and type in Chico weather into Google so that we can talk about our weather today. And as usual, we're going to go ahead and start with temperature first. So let's make sure we have a blue rectangle around temperature here, and you'll get to see our temperatures throughout the day. And then while you're there, go ahead and make a blue box around Thursday right here. And I'm going to draw that out. Okay, so I have my blue box, and then I have THU, which is short for Thursday, and then we have, it's so funny, it's doing that thing again where there's two different weather pictures. So currently it's cloudy, but the weather picture for Thursday, when you have your box around Thursday, is one that we are pretty familiar with. And it's that one that has the two clouds partly covering the sun. And we should know what that type of weather is pretty well, because that's pretty much the only weather that we had in April. Thankfully, we're getting more rain in May, but we should be familiar with this weather picture. Okay, and then I see two temperatures. Remember, one of these is going to be our lowest expected temperature. The other one's going to be our highest expected temperature. So I see 71 degrees and 54 degrees. Okay, so if you have your blue box around Thursday, so imagine this is a blue box, and then THU, which is short for Thursday, the type of weather that we're supposed to have today, and which one of these is going to be our highest expected temperature today? 71 degrees or 54 degrees? So, if you said 71, you are correct. So let's go ahead and see where that falls on our temperature scale. Okay, so we can easily find 70, and then I know that 70 plus one more is 71. So we can just go up one more increment here, and we are just made it into that warm temperature range. Okay, so now that we know 71 degrees is going to be our highest expected temperature today, that means that 54 degrees will be our lowest expected temperature today. So most likely what the temperature will be like tonight. So we can find 54 two ways. We can either go to 50 and add 4, because 50 plus 4 is 54, or we can go to 55 and subtract 1, because 55 minus 1 is 54. So I'm going to go to 55 and subtract 1, so go down one increment, and we are in that cool temperature range. So it will feel cool tonight. Okay, now my question for you is, if this is our weather picture for today, what type of weather will we be having? Even though it says it's cloudy right now, our Thursday weather picture says it will be partly cloudy. And we, like I said, know this one very well, because this seemed to be our only type of weather that we had in April. All right. So now that we have talked about our temperatures today, let's check out what our precipitation chances look like. So we can go ahead and make a blue rectangle around precipitation right here. So we just did temperature and now we're on precipitation. And what do you notice about our blue line? Right, specifically right here and here. Yeah, it's not straight across or stable like we're used to seeing. There's a little bit, the line's a little bit pushed up in those areas, which means that there is a possibility that it will rain today. So let's check out what our chance of rain is right now. So we're going to look right here where it says precipitation, humidity, and wind. We're going to look at what percentage is after the word precipitation. So Precipitation. Precipitation. That'd be a good bonus spelling word. Then I see 30%. So we have a 30% chance of it raining today. So that's not, obviously, so it ranges from 0 to 100. So 30% isn't even past 50. So I don't typically, I don't think weather is very likely to happen unless it's either 50 or above percentage-wise. But it could rain, but there's only a 30% chance, so most likely it will not. But who knows? We'll have to see. Okay, so let's check out what our wind is going to look like. So let's go ahead and make a blue rectangle around wind right here. So we did temperature, we just finished precipitation, and now we're on wind. And you'll know you're there when you see those arrows with the different wind speeds. And to find out our average wind speed today, we're going to go ahead and look right here where it says precipitation, humidity, and wind. And we're going to see what number is behind or after the word wind. So WIND. That's how you spell wind, and I see 14 mph. Or our average wind speed today will be 14 miles per hour. So that is a somewhat decent breeze, but it's not too crazy. It's not going to blow you over, but you will feel it when the wind does blow, but the wind is not going to be too crazy today. So it might just feel like a nice light breeze. And I'm looking out the window right now. They cut down a lot of the branches that are near my window yesterday, but I am seeing some branches dancing in the wind right now. So it's a light breeze. I'm also looking at the sky, and I see those clouds that they're talking about, but I also see where the sun wants to peek out. So to me, it's like cloudy out, but it's partly cloudy. Okay. So now that we have talked about our temperature, our precipitation, and our wind for today, so for Thursday, let's check out for tomorrow, so Friday. So let's go ahead and make sure we have a blue box around Friday down here, and I'll draw it out for you. So we have our box, and then I see FRI, which is short for Friday. I see this very similar weather picture to today's weather picture. It is our sun that is partly covered by two clouds. And then I see two temperatures. I see 79 degrees and 57 degrees. Okay, so if you have your blue box around Friday, imagine that's a blue box. FRI, which is short for Friday, the type of weather we're going to have tomorrow. And then one of these is going to be our highest expected temperature, and the other will be our lowest expected temperature. So we're only going to look today at what our highest expected temperature is going to be tomorrow. So will 79 degrees or 57 degrees be our highest expected temperature for tomorrow, Friday? If you said 79 degrees, you're correct. So let's see. The easiest way to find 79 is find 80 and subtract 1, because 80 minus 1 is 79. So I'm going to go down 1. And we are in the warm temperature range. So it will be warm tomorrow. Okay, so my next question is, what type of weather will we have tomorrow if this is our weather picture? Yeah, so partly cloudy, just like today's weather picture. So that's easy enough. Let's go ahead, now that we've figured out a little bit more about tomorrow's weather, and write it out on the board as if we were in the classroom so that we can look at our comparisons. So today will be a high of 71 and partly cloudy. And then tomorrow will be a high of 79 and also partly cloudy. Here we go. Today, a high of 71, partly cloudy. Tomorrow, a high of 79 and partly cloudy. So there we go. So it's gonna feel pretty nice these next 2 days. So that'll be good. That'll be a nice breakup from the 90-something degree heat that we've been having. Okay, so let's go ahead and do our social story for today, because tomorrow we are going, since it's Friday, what do we normally do on Fridays instead of our social story? Yeah, we do our what's in the bag. So we have one more social story to get through this week, and then we'll do something a little more fun tomorrow, and hopefully I'll have a more interesting object to put in the bag than the rubber band that I had last time. But today we are going to talk about how to tell a joke. Sometimes when I'm spending time with my friends, I think of something really funny I want to tell them. This might be something I thought of myself, or it might be something funny that I heard someone else say and want to repeat. I think it will make my friends smile and laugh. Things like this are called jokes. When I tell a joke, I feel excited but also a little shy. It's important to make sure everyone is listening when I'm telling a joke. I can say, "Want to hear a joke?" That will help people know what I'm about to do. When I tell a joke, I should speak in a loud, clear voice. I should take my time saying what I need to say. I should make eye contact with my audience and use expression in my voice. Sometimes it makes the joke funnier if I pause a little bit before saying the last line. The last line of a joke is usually called a punchline. After I tell a joke, my friends might laugh. I need to remember that they are not laughing at me. They are laughing at the good joke I told. It's fun to laugh along with them, and it feels good when I can make my friends laugh by telling them a funny joke. So, we all, I feel like to tell jokes at some point, and this story made some really good points about when we do want to tell a joke. The first one being that you should make sure that everyone you're telling the joke to is actually listening before you start telling the joke. Otherwise, you might get frustrated when you realize they aren't listening in the middle of the joke. So, you can make sure you can approach someone and ask, like, make sure they're listening by saying, "Want to hear a joke?" And if they say, "Yeah," then you can start telling the joke. And then it made some good points about what type of body expression and language you should use when you are telling a joke. So the first being, when you're telling a joke, you should speak in a loud, clear voice. And then take your time saying what you're saying. You don't need to rush through it, because sometimes if we rush through things, we're not going to be able to say them the way that we want to. It's important also to make eye contact with whoever you're telling the joke to. And it also helps if you use expression in your voice. So, you know how, like, when I'm talking and reading these stories, I'll kind of like the tone of my voice will raise and lower and raise. That's called using expression in my voice. And a lot of times we do this to add more meaning to different parts of what we're trying to say. And then it also says that sometimes it could be even funnier if you pause a little bit before you say the last line of a joke. And the last line of a joke is called a punchline. So, and then one last thing is also to remember when telling a joke is if people are laughing along to the joke, they're not laughing at you, they're laughing at the joke that you told. So that means that it was a funny joke. And but yeah, so that was a nice brief little story about how to tell a joke. Not tomorrow, but Monday, we're going to talk about telling appropriate jokes, which is why I wanted to start with how to tell a joke so that we can bounce off that idea and go into telling appropriate jokes. So, as usual, I will put these on some Google Slides and then post them on our Google Classroom shortly after I post our morning meeting video. But other than that, this is all I have for our Thursday morning meeting. But I look forward to talking with you tomorrow, and I'm going to be doing my check-ins with everyone, and I'll have to think of a really fun object for our What's in the Bag. So stay tuned for that. But other than that, have a beautiful Thursday, and I will see or talk with you tomorrow.